Welcome back to Cars Unlocked. Today we are discussing the top 10 least reliable vehicles based on Consumer Reports for 2022. So if you're in the market for a new car, reliability is a very big factor that you should be considering. And we want to discuss the top 10 least reliable vehicles and brands so that you can make an accurate buying decision. Of course, if you learned something here today, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and stay tuned for the next videos released on my channel. Let's dive in with number 10. Number 10 is Chevrolet. Chevrolet has come a long way from receiving their government bailouts in the most recent years, but it still hasn't worked their way up and proven to be a reliable vehicle. Especially things like the budget-minded cars like the Chevrolet Trax and the Chevrolet Bolts having a lot of headlines. In a world where you kind of get what you pay for, Chevrolet is certainly an example of this, which ranks them number 10. Number 9 is Volvo. Now, Volvo is a big innovator and they really pride themselves on being innovative. Now, the cars that are ranked the most reliable in the world are certainly not ones that are pushing the needle for innovation. So with innovation comes hiccups, comes a little problems, comes recalls, and that's why Volvo is ranked at number 9. Number 8 is going to be Jeep. Now, the Wrangler compared to some of the other Jeep SUVs like the Cherokee and the Compass certainly has had more issues in terms of reliability. Even though they're still very sought after and still have a high resale value, they do rank high on Consumer Reports in terms of reliability. Number 7 is going to be Mercedes. It might come as a surprise to you all, but Mercedes has certainly lost their reputation in the most recent years and within the last decade. The reliability of the brand has certainly come down. The cost of ownership has increased due to sudden repairs. And certainly vehicles like the C-Class rated very high on Consumer Reports based on reliability. Number 6 is Cadillac. Now, Cadillac is the luxury brand of Chevrolet, so you can see why it's ranked high on the list in terms of being the least reliable. With expensive parts, it's basically a branded GM vehicle. They use a lot of GM parts, which we have already learned from number 10 being Chevrolet on this list that they're not reliable. So just being a luxury brand of Chevrolet ranks it high on the list of least reliability. Number 5 is Ford. Now, at the Toronto Auto Show, we were asking people what car had the most recalls, and many people were surprised to say that Ford was the brand that had the most recalls. You know that saying, fix or repair daily. It's still true to this day. Ford still hasn't done a lot in terms of improving their reputation on reliability. Just like Volvo, they do innovate a lot in terms of technology, which leads to reliability issues, putting them high on this list. Number 4 is Volkswagen, or VW. So many Volkswagens are made in China, which leads to reliability issues. Over the past few years, they've certainly risen high on this list based on Consumer Reports of the reliability of Volkswagens. Number 3, this one's going to be another hot take, but based on Consumer Reports, it's Tesla. Now, Tesla, again, big leader in innovation, and most of the people driving the cars are basically test pilots for the technology, electric cars, and some of the new technology that they put in cars. So due to this, they do have a high rate of errors and mechanical defects, leading to them being less reliable than some of the other cars. Number 2 is Alfa Romeo. Now, this used to be an established brand here in terms of reliability, but it's certainly gone downhill over the years, and it has risen to the top of this list very quickly, especially the Giulia. There is a 13% chance that you can buy a Giulia and it will not require any mechanical repairs within the first 60,000 kilometers. So very high chance, low reliability rating for Alfa Romeo. Number 1, this might be a surprise to you all. It's kind of a sleeper brand, but it is Land Rover. Now, the British luxury brand has certainly had its issues with SUVs. Leaking head gaskets, throttle body control leaks, oil leaks, air suspension, all that falls in the list of issues that Land Rover has. Now, when you brand this kind of luxury off-road vehicle, you know there's going to be some problems, which is why it ranks number 1. So before we move on here, guys, thanks so much for watching. We're going to share our top 10 list of the most reliable vehicles coming up next. Make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll link it in the description below so you guys compare which brands are the least reliable and which ones are the most reliable. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.